Okay, so I said that today is our seventh session so far. We have had session. Okay, so oof, this is a funny start. It's a funny start to this evening, but let's hope that it gets better to proceed. So, can everybody here right now confirm that you can hear me clearly and loudly? Can you please confirm that you can hear me now? So I'm back loud and clear. Thank you. You can hear me now. Thank you. I know it was off. I'm positive that it will get better. I'm not going to be discouraged by this because this is just 909. So I was trying to say that today we are focusing on creating your first ebook, and because we are now in the really practical aspects of these sessions, we need the internet connection to be favorable for us. So I hope that you can continue to pray along with me that the internet connection will get steady and stable and we'll have this session successfully. So I just want to confirm again that I'm recording because it's important that the replay is available. So yes, I'm recording. It's about 4 minutes into it. So good evening once again. And today, what we are doing is related to having you. Okay, so let's just keep going. Let's go in and trust that this will improve. Right. So I want to share my screen. I'm going to go at Okay, so can you confirm that you can see my screen? Can somebody please confirm that you can see my screen? If you can see my screen, please tell me where you think I am. Just type this word, type the word at the top left corner so you are sure. Okay, so please can you confirm that you can see what's my screen? Can anybody confirm so that I can proceed? Because the network is really unstable, but I need to be sure that you can see what we are doing if we're progressing. Yeah, it's breaking my heart, but I refuse to let it break my heart. Right? I need to have a good spirit about it so that it will obvious. You can see my screen now. Thank you. The internet connection is one of the biggest problems that we have with this, but so you can see my screen now. Yes, exactly. We have to have a good spirit. So let's just proceed. So, Adenikola, you make footwear, right? You make footwear for both female and for male and females, right? So I don't know if have you ever thought about creating an ebook? And is it related to your business or is it related to something else? So I'm throwing this question right now to everybody. Okay, who has No, I use MTN too. I use MTN as well. So I'm sure I know you can't hear me. I know I can see it. Telegram tells me once the network is bad. So I'm sorry. I'm sorry that it's like this. Okay, so let us just watch it from now till 9:30 again. So let's watch it from now till 9:30. That's for the next 15 minutes. Let's see how it performs. Okay, so I'm sure that this is it's getting really intense. It's getting repeated. So I don't know if we'll be able to pull through with this, but let us watch it now from now till 9:30 for the next 14 minutes. Let us see how the connection is. If by 9:30 it is still unstable, we might have to suspend it. So it means that we'll just spend this catch of 30 minutes, and then the remaining 1 hour we know that okay, we did not spend. So we know that we have to redo today tomorrow. But let us see how it moves from now till 9:30. So within the next 14 minutes, I want to have your feedback. I want to know if you can hear me, if you can see me, if it is stable, and all of that. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead to share. Okay, so so I don't know how to describe how I feel right now because this is almost 20 minutes now and we still have not been able to start. We have not been able to start because the internet connection is what it is. So as I said earlier, let us see how it goes from now till 9:30. If by 9:30, I'm ready to persevere until 9:30, and I appeal to you to do the same. But if by 9:30 we still cannot make progress, let us just tell ourselves that we're going to redo this tomorrow, and hopefully tomorrow will be better. But let's see how it goes for the next 10 minutes. Let's see if we're able to progress. Okay. So because it's a practical session, we really need the internet connection to be stable. We cannot, I won't be able to show you things and we can't do anything practical really if the network is not stable. But it's looking stable now. So I'm grateful that God has heard our prayers. So can you confirm that you can see my screen? If you can see my screen, please just type screen. I want to show you the ebooks that I have on Selar, and I want to help you understand how I started so that you will get the process. But the question I ask, so you can see my screen, thank you. Thank you, Peter. Good evening. So the next question I have for you now is, for if you are here, it is obvious that you want to create an ebook. So the idea is, what do you want to write about, or what do you want to talk about? If it's something you can see, like what is it that you want to write about? What is the content you want to share with your audience? Do you know who your audience are? Do you know what their problems are? Do you know why you would need to put your ebook in public? That's why do you want to put this resource out there for people? So I'm showing you my screen right now. Can you confirm that you can see Unravel IELTS Writing GT and Unravel IELTS Writing AC Book 11? Can you confirm that you can see these two ebooks? If yes, can you see? Can somebody confirm that they can see those two books? Now these are the two ebooks that I created for the first time in my life in June 2021. Now, after I took my, there was this training, I think I talked about it, the training that Nigeria Brand Chic did sometime in May 2021, or I think it was, yeah, sometime in May or early, I think I took one first in May. And so I probably saw a document that she created and everything. And then I thought, okay, it led me, our email led me back to Selar. And so when I found Selar, I felt, okay, you can put ebooks, you can put stuff. Then I realized that I always wanted to compile everything that I knew about IELTS writing into, something that people can download irrespective of where they are. And so that was how I gathered it. There are many things that I wrote with my hand. I've been teaching IELTS since 2017. So many of the sample essays and tasks that I have done, I actually wrote them on sample sheets. So they were things I had written on paper. But of course, I had experience, I had some internet research and everything. I'm going to open these books and show you. But I'm showing you the books on my Selar store. So you know the number of people that have downloaded these books. Okay, so if we are going to calculate this number right now, let me do the math. I don't have the current CSV file, but if you do the math of this, you have 857 plus 963. This is what? This is 1,820. So it means that 1,820 people have downloaded this book. But if you look at the price, you see that they are free, yeah? Yes. And the way it works is, it is always advisable to give people something free before you ask them to buy something from you. That's how the marketing industry works. Please, if you're listening to me right now, please let me know that you can hear me. Okay, so when I said your first ebook, it's actually your first free ebook, because before you can position yourself as somebody that people want to listen to, they need to have tested your knowledge. They need to have seen a bit of your knowledge for free. And so for anybody that knew me as IELTS with AB on Instagram last year, before we moved to became GLab Consult, and then in KI School right now, the idea is even on my social media, I continue to pump out free content. I kept on teaching. I kept on sharing. I kept on telling people everything I know. Why? To show them that I'm an authority. I know what I know and I'm good at it. But of course, the thing that came first was this ebook. I did the one for general training first, and then the one for academic within 2 weeks for themselves. One was June 11 and the other was June 18. I'm going to open these books and show you. I'm going to tell you how I did them, because at this point I didn't even know the technical parts of ebooks and everything. But I want to open my setting, the setting of this ebook, so you see what it entails to put your products on Selar. Okay, so if you can see this screen right now, please just type something at the top here. Type it into the group so that I'm sure that you can hear me, because now that network is stable, I'm sure that you can hear me. So I want your feedback. It's going to help me to progress well. Okay, so if you can see anything at the top area here, please just let me know. Just type it into the group so that I'm sure that we are progressing. Okay, so when you add your ebooks to Selar, what you're expected to do is you should put an image. Your ebook should have an image. Okay, I'm telling you the things you need, but we'll come back to the bits of it again. Now, you need an image. Okay, your ebook should have a title. Now, if you're using it as a lead magnet initially, then it is advised that it is free from the start. Okay, so you have that, but I have other ebooks that are paid, and we'll come to them later. Then of course there should be a description. I didn't write a very long description. I just wrote this brief detail, and that's it. And because it was free, I just felt, okay, let me just, and of course I didn't even know so much. This was June 2021. I didn't know so much about using Selar and using all of these things. Okay, so that's it. Now, you should also put these things in categories. You see that because I put this there since June, I did not come back to, change any settings and all of that, because I know, the ebook has been going out and it has been useful for people, right? Now, another thing is, you can add a lot of all this other stuff. But one thing that's important is, do you want people to be able to download your ebook, or do you want them to read it online on your, within your store? More like, are they coming into your store and staying there as it's like a library for them, or are they going to be able to download it? The truth is, people like to be able to download stuff on their phone and go. So if you want to, if you say you don't want them to download it, then it means that you won't really get so many people. But if you want people to be able to download, of course you must have include information about yourself within the ebook. That's how you say, okay, nobody's going to pirate your book or something like that, steal your property and everything, and so that's it. But I'm going to go back now and then show you the other ebooks that actually have prices on them, and then we'll open the ebooks themselves, and of course look at other ones that we have got over time. Now, can you see this? Discover the easiest, fastest, and simplest way to write your IELTS essay. This is also a digital ebook here. You can see 42 and the price is 1999. This 42 is not reality, because my training kit, I created my online test, my IELTS, training itself the following month after the ebooks. That was July. The ebooks came in June. That's those two Unravel ebooks came in June, and then the course, I created my course, this course in July. Okay. Now, as time went by, as people kept on buying and everything, I saw that there was still that demand for writing. People were not getting the IELTS writing. They wanted to see more samples. They wanted more evaluation. There was just more and more and more. And then I said, come, how can I solve this problem? And so the first thing I want you to know about creating an ebook is, what problem will my ebook solve? Please type that into the group. What problem in the world, or in Nigeria, or in wherever, what problem will my ebook solve? If your ebook is not going to solve any problem, please don't bother writing it. Take it from me. Because there are a million ebooks in this world. And if you're going to create an ebook that people will buy, then it has to be worth their while, it has to be worth their money, it has to change their lives. So the number one question when creating an ebook is, what problem in the world will my ebook solve? Thank you, Petrogo. What problem would my ebook solve? That's the first thing. Don't go and start typing right away and say, okay, yeah, I'm writing a book. Your ebook has to solve the problem. And that was exactly what we established in our previous session about Selar, to say, if you're going to create a course or you're going to sell something on Selar, it has to solve a problem in the world. It has to solve some people's problem. And so when I realized that people were complaining about the IELTS test writing, they wanted evaluation, they wanted more samples, they want, people, it was the reason people were filling their IELTS test. I said, see, I'm going to gather everything I know about task 2, and I'm going to write an ebook. Of course, it was not entirely my idea. It was something that God helped me to do. And so, I think in September, maybe like the second week of September, I released this ebook. Okay, this essay ebook. It's covered just the IELTS writing task. So I'm going to show you the ebooks now. I'm going to talk about how I created them, so you know that it's not something that is some very big design thing. No, it's not. After, I think a week later, I created 20 English lessons every IELTS test you can use to learn to pass the 4 skills in the IELTS test. Both of them look like what I showed you right now. That's, at the level of the setting. You see, you just need to attach the PDF once you have compared all the other details. Okay, so you see that this, I priced this at $199, I priced this at $299, in short, 2,000 and 3,000. Okay, now after doing this, because I wanted people to know that these 2 ebooks were part of my training kit, they were part of the solution I was offering. Say, I don't want people to keep taking the IELTS test repeatedly. I want them to take the test once and pass it once. That's what I wanted people to know. And so I merged 2 ebooks to this one, in addition to the other 2 free ones. So people who get my IELTS training kit don't just get the course alone. The first thing they get is the course. Then they get the ebook for task 2. Apart from that one, they get the ebook for task 1, because the other ebooks focused a lot on task 1 and a bit on task 2. So they add a writing ebook for task 1, a writing ebook for task 2, and because of somebody who asked me, do you teach English? Does your training include teaching English, teaching sentences and verbs and everything? And I said no. After that time, I was like, God, is there something I can do? Hope it's not that the fact that I don't teach English is chasing people away. And of course, my course has a few things on English, but it wasn't in depth. That's why I took 20 lessons that common through all the IELTS tests, and I addressed them in this book. Now I am going to open the ebook for you. But before that, can you see down here? Can you see this Mara? A story about how you can relocate to Canada by yourself without getting swindled by an agent. You can see 388 here. Why did I create this? Towards that October, November 2021, people now began to come to me, and people were thinking I was an immigration consultant. They will come to me and ask me, they and their family wants to go to Canada. What do they need? I had a crazy demand of people coming to my DM to consult about immigration. And I thought, excuse me, I am in Nigeria. I have not left yet. I have not leaving soon. Okay, I'm working on it, but I'm not leaving soon. And then I felt come instead of chasing these people away. It was just me thinking aloud to God, and I guess God also wanted me to solve a problem because it was a problem. People were getting swindled by agents. People were sending me messages about how much they had paid and how much they had lost, and I felt, excuse me, if you go on the Canadian website, all your questions are answered. And so God guided me to write this other ebook, which I released in November. I think on November 30th. And this is the number of people that have downloaded it. Now, do you know the beautiful thing about this? I'm going to show you. People who come to my store by themselves sometimes pick my IELTS training. Now, you know, I already said that this 12,000 naira covers the course, this essay ebook, this English ebook, it covers it. Now, of course, my cost should have been 10,000. Then this one is 2,000 and 3,000. But for people who get my training, the English lessons now becomes a plus, a bonus. So instead of paying 15, everybody pays 12. But the ebooks, everybody gets it. Now, they don't follow the system. I send it to them either via email or they chat me up on WhatsApp because I want to be in touch with everybody that contacts me. Something I try to do. I want to be taught. I want to have information on WhatsApp, even though sometimes it can be overwhelming. Okay, so but of course it doesn't have to be like that. But that just shows you that you can have your store and sell and deliver to them. And if you want to have a relationship with your customers beyond this, you can use email to continue, or you can use WhatsApp to continue. I'm already telling you ways through which you can continue to, you can keep in touch with the people that get your ebooks, whether you start free or you start, paid. Okay. Now, they take my course. If they're interested in going to Canada, they take this Mara ebook. Then they go up and take the training I did for West, how to get your degree evaluated by West. They go and take that course as well. That's 3,150. They combine everything in my store that is relevant to them. Now, what I'm teaching you right now is already inside my paid I already have a paid training for this Selar thing that we are doing in this free session, this free group. I have a training for that already. But because we are doing this free, it's free. What am I saying? Whatever you are going to offer people needs to solve a problem. And Selar is a place where you can start. At least for me, all these products have been here since I told you I created them in June. I created in July, in September, in November. Okay? And I have, KIB Homeschool is the homeschool side of what I do. That's the registered company. GLab was just the registered business. I have an ebook for our homeschool as well that people have been downloading. I have a second Selar store. So I have two Selar stores. One for GLab consults and then another one for KIB Homeschool. Okay? And I pay the different plans. But if you're starting with an ebook that is free, right? You don't necessarily need to pay. You don't need a paid plan for Selar. You can start free. When I started in June last year, I started free. Okay? Now that I have shown you what it looks like on the inside of Selar, I want to show you what the ebooks look like. And as I'm showing you, I'm going to be telling you how I created them. Now, can you see? Okay, no, I think I need to change my screen. Yeah. Like it just went off. Okay, so it's back again. So I want to change my screen. Can you confirm that you can still hear me? Can somebody please let me know? If we're in the same room, I will be able to look at your faces. I would know that you can hear me, you can see me, you can understand what I'm saying. So if you can hear me, please just type loud and clear or clearly. And I'm showing you a new screen. Can you see this new screen? I'm showing you a new screen. I'm showing you the first ebook I created in 2021. Now, this shows IELTS with AB brings you. This is the name I started with last year. AB is Adenike Babalola. Okay, so this is how I created this ebook. I opened a Word document, Microsoft Word. Did somebody hear me say Microsoft Word? If you heard Microsoft Word, please type it into the group. Microsoft Word was what I used to create this ebook. Remember I said I started in June 2021. I did not even know how ebooks were done. but I knew that I had knowledge of writing. Thank you. That a lot of people needed, and I wanted to solve people's writing problems, and I shared it with them. So how did I put this picture? Why is my picture in front of this thing? I'm going to show you now, okay? So does anybody know Trisha Bees on Instagram? I believe some people know her. So Trisha has released she did this thing she does, rookie to expert thing. You can't see my screen, please. What's going on? Can anybody see my screen? Can you see my screen? Yes. Okay, so I'm showing you, I'm showing you this thing that has my face and has IELTS with AB brings you at the top of it. So Trisha Bees did, she had this rookie to expert thing, and she had some books like that she used. Okay, so what I did was I downloaded one of them. Excuse me, I'm trying to show you that one. Give me a minute. Open the folder for me. Oh, sorry, I can't find it yet. Okay, give me a minute, please. Where's the document? Oh no, internet is messing with us. Give me a minute. Yeah, where is the rookie? Good. Okay, so I'll show you. I just want to add that so you can see it on this side, so you understand how I created mine, just for you to know that I modeled somebody, because initially I didn't know what to do. Okay, so can you let me know now that you can see my screen? Can you see what I'm showing you now? I'm showing you Trisha Bees Presents. Can you see it? Can somebody see it? Okay, so this was my inspiration. Petra Gold, can you see my screen now? Can you see my screen now? Adi Bambo, can you see my screen? Can you all confirm that you can see my screen? When I did not know what to do last year, and I came across this ebook, you can see it now. Thank you. The fact that our face was on our ebook, and I saw Trisha Bees Present, thank you, good. The fact that I saw this, then when you scroll down, you see Rookie to Expert 5 Days Sales Challenge Day 1. As soon as I saw this, I just felt like, oh, I don't know what to write. Then can you see our contents? I hope my screen is not too far from you. I hope. Do I need to zoom in? Do I need to zoom in? If you think I need to zoom in, please let me know. Okay, but I'm just showing you. I don't need to zoom in. Thank you. So you can see the content. You can see part 1, introduction, part 2. This. This was how I got the ideas for what I was meant to do. Okay. Now, can you see our hand holding? I print money. This is just our trademark and everything. You see introduction, and then she wrote some stuff and everything. Well, now let's go back to that ebook that I showed you. So you see what I did. Okay, so you can see my face, and then you see IELTS with AB brings you, and then I wrote, this was the picture. I didn't even cut out the photographer's trademark or icon or whatever this is. Yeah, and then I wrote Unravel. I came up with the name Unravel IELTS because obviously writing was a problem for people. Okay, so I add Unravel IELTS Writing General Training and 8.5 letters and essays for Cambridge IELTS Book 15 General Training. Okay, this was how God guided me to write this. Now you see that Trisha had the content, so I also had content. Okay, and you see that she used some colors and she used these block things. I used Microsoft Word. Are you guys with me? I used Microsoft Word to do this thing because I did not know any other way at that point. But there are 3 other methods I'm going to tell you about. Okay, I've used 2 other ones, but there's another one that I used just recently. Okay, so you can see my content. I told what this is just it. I just have to draft. And so one thing you need to note when you're creating your ebook is when you have discovered the problem you want to solve in the world, that your ebook is going to solve, the next thing you now need to do is create your content. If you know the problems that people have, whether you're going to address the health topic or something about fashion. For example, Adebukola, if we're to talk about, I don't know if she's still here. Is Adebukola still here? I don't know if the ebook you want to write is related to footwear or something, but let's just assume that you want to address a problem that people have. Now, what you can do is make a list of all the things people ask related to that problem, and then talk about them. Okay, put them down as your content. Please, can you stop? Okay, so put them down as the things you want to talk about in the ebook. Now, you remember that Trisha held a cup. She had another picture where she had a cup. See, this is me. I placed another picture here just because I didn't know what to do, but I had seen a model. And then you know that right under it, she had an introduction, but I felt an introduction was too short. I had more things to say. And so I began to talk. Another thing about your it is you need to provide a statistic or like a statistic or a quote that would compel people to keep reading what you're saying or what you're writing in your book. And so I came up with this thing, which of course was true based on my experience. 7 in 10 people who take the IELTS test and 6.5 or lower in the IELTS writing component, and they have to take the IELTS test again if they need a band 7 or higher for Canada immigration or to study in another English-speaking country. This is my statistic. You see that I highlighted it with black, okay, so that it would stand out. This is another thing that your ebook needs to do. So you see that I modeled somebody, and then I still use things that are consistent. If you do further research on writing ebooks, this is something you just need to have a form of data or a quote that can pull people into the writing. Okay, and then I began to write more and write more. I told the story about a friend, and then I think I talked about other people. It continued like that. You see that my introduction was quite long. Then I explained to people, what they were going to get, from the ebook. This is just mainly it. And then I added these 2 images of people's results. Okay, this is the same person. Okay, the same person. You see what I said here? The first one with band 7.5 in writing was without my IELTS writing samples. The second one with band 8.5 was with my IELTS writing samples. Now, if this same person had this result and had this result, okay? So before I typed my I told you that the samples were in written form. I wrote them down. I snapped them and sent them to her. She told me that she took this exam. This was the first one she took, but she needed a result that was higher than this. So I snapped those writing samples that I had and sent to her. And then when she took her test, she now had 8.5. That was the confidence that I had to say, if somebody can have 8.5 with my writing samples, then everybody in the world needs to know that my writing samples can help them have 8.5. And that was what made me write this ebook. I'm going to, just slide through quickly. So you will see, I already arranged my chapters, right? In chapter 2, I talked about what does the IELTS writing training task 1 and 2 entail. So I want to pause at this point to ask you, right now, as we are talking, what is the topic that is just playing through your mind? What do you want to write about? Or what problem do you know that people have that you want to solve? Because if your ebook solves a problem, then you are going to have an audience, and you're going to have not just an audience, but an hungry audience, an audience that is hungry to receive what you have. Now, when I created this ebook, I went on Facebook groups. I found all these people from all these countries, Bangladesh, Pakistan. Many of them responded to me faster than Nigerians. Nigerians, I don't know why we have that thing with ourselves. Usually it's foreigners that bring us into limelight, and then our own people will now say, okay, yeah, this person has something to say. I was sending it, these people were gladly sending me their emails. I was sending these ebooks to them one by one. So I think I had actually created the ebooks maybe before I had a Selar store, something like that, somewhere in between. But the point is, I took my time to explain and see me going through. Now, can you notice another thing? Can you notice these links? Can you just look at this? Can anybody see this, watch this video? If you click on it, it will take you to my YouTube channel. That's the next thing about ebooks. Your ebook is not a bus stop. It's not a destination. It's a temporary bus stop where you are moving gradually and gradually. You are going to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. For most people in the content marketing space, when the ebook is free, you get it for free. The goal is for you to enter into their funnel so that they can begin to send you emails that, you know, in those emails they would market their actual product to you. So if it is a course they want you to buy, it is inside the email they will sell it to you. And that, you know, that's how email marketing works. But everybody begins, most marketers, most content marketers begin with free ebooks as lead magnets. Now, can I tell you that I wanted to sell this ebook for 4,000 naira each? The one for academic, 4,000 naira. The one for, you know, I wanted to do that, but God said, don't do that. Leave it free. I didn't know jack about lead generation. But that was just what he said to me. See, this thing, let it out free. It will come back to you. Now, I just showed you that over 2,000, almost 2,000 people have downloaded just the Unravel and Unravel. But as far as my training kit is concerned, people have my course, they have the essay ebook, the English ebook, the Unravel, everything combined. You see that I just cannot give you a specific number, because you have to add 500 to 1820 to 388. It is, at least it should be between 2,500 and 3,000. Now imagine that number. And of course, for me, it means that that's the amount of emails that I have. I want you to remember something. The beautiful part of ebooks is that if, as far as Selar is concerned, if you go on my store now, to get one of those ebooks, you need to drop your name and your email address. As soon as you do that, I now have your information. If I want to sell something to you tomorrow, I can begin to sell it. I actually sold my online training to many people last year and earlier this year, based on the fact that they downloaded my ebooks. They entered into my funnel, and I was sending emails. Those emails I was sending, and it's not just emails of come and buy, come and buy. I was telling people stories in my emails, and then people would say, I got that result. You know, what can you help me do? How can you help me pass? And then before you know it, they paid for my training. So this part of everything still led me into email marketing until I decided, let me switch a bit to homeschooling. Let me expand my territory beyond ITS. What am I saying to you? Having an ebook is not your destination. It is only the beginning of your journey. Because you see that I told you that I started with these ebooks in June. And then by July, I created a course. The main thing I was going to start selling, that I have been selling, my flagship program, is the IELTS training thing. Even though it's a low ticket offer still, but of course it has, you know, did you see the number? Over 500. Even though that 572 is not correct, I think it's about 510 or thereabouts. The point is, I have been able to sell, but then I started with this ebook. Now, if you have followed me, I told you I used Microsoft Word. I told you that I saw something that Trisha Biz did and I modeled it. I told you that you add pictures, you should add your content, you should know the problems that your ebook is going to solve. Can you still hear me? The network went off a bit now. Okay, I'm still here. Now, your ebook should have pictures, visuals. Your ebook should have links to something. If you're going to link back to your Instagram, link to it. If you will link back to let's say a video on YouTube, link to it. For me, all I had as at that June of 2021 was my YouTube channel, which I had been creating videos on since October 2020. As at June 2021, I didn't even know that I would have an IELTS training course or a training kit or anything like that. I'm going to scroll down. So you see that I added a lot of links. I just kept on, can you see another one? I kept on adding links so that they will go back to YouTube. Can you see another one? I kept on adding links. Can you see another one here? I kept on adding, these are different videos. I kept on adding links. The point is, if you don't want people to steal your ebooks, one of the best way to secure it is let the ebook go back to you as a PDF. In PDF format, these links are clickable. You can click on links in PDF. I believe many of us know that. At some point, I did not know that. But it was when I was creating ebooks. I think I went on a website called Spot, and I saw stuff that they said, and you know, it helped me as well. So this is something I want you to know. You see that I kept on putting all my knowledge. I pumped everything in. I'm showing you everything. Now, can you see I'm using numbers and bullet points? Ebooks need to be easily readable. They need to be easily. So people say that if you have a blog and you have long posts, you can gather all the long posts together and form an ebook. Well, for some people it might work, but you need to create an ebook that people will enjoy reading. And so because this was IELTS, I know that people want to cite things. How do you write this? How do you paraphrase? How do you do stuff? I kept on putting numbers. Excuse me, can you see another link? Sorry, I need to take some water. Okay, I kept on putting numbers and links, bullet points. You can see the sub-headings, you can see everything, but I'm going to the end where the actual samples are. I'm going to show you now. After doing all this explanation, you see that I explained all the essays and all of that, but it's not as thorough as the task 2 one. I now did something else. We are going there. Good. We are there now. So, you know that thing I said about using pictures in your book? It's something that you have to do. Not just because you want your viewer, your readers to enjoy this type of your ebook. So, and have you noticed also that there's the color? Can you see this lilac? This being like purple. That's my brand color for IELTS. I use purple, black, and white. That was what I used. Okay, so that's why I designed this. And you know me, I just did this randomly in June, but that's what I maintained throughout for IELTS with AB and Angela Consult. But when I switched to KIB School, we're using leaf green, and then we're using mustard yellow and all of that. You know, this book picture you can see here is a screen grab of the question in the Cambridge IELTS book. Now, I used something called sniping tool. I don't know if anybody knows sniping tool. I used sniping tool. I think it's just usually there on your computer. And then I used it to grab the screen, the part of the screen that I needed, and I placed it in this. Remember I told you this is Microsoft Word. As at June 2021, I only knew that I could do this on Microsoft Word. So I did it for task 1. I put the sample that I wrote, the letter that I wrote, I dropped it there. I went and I used that by email. Well, this is supposed to be an exam, an exam. So the email should not be highlighted like that because it's on the computer. I did it for task 2. I put my example. This is what I did for everything. I put all the pictures of questions so that people will know that it is real, it's authentic. I did not invent questions from anywhere. That is what I did for this ebook. I didn't stop there. Now I'm an affiliate for a particular mock test website, and so I talked about it. Okay, their name used to be Take IELTS, but it is now preptical.com. Okay, so I included my link, and I still put another YouTube video here. You see what I did? If you don't want people to steal your ebooks, you need to link back to yourself in real life outside the book. So whether you are linking to a social media, or you're linking to your email, or you're linking to your YouTube, just link somewhere that goes back to you. So that even if some people think they are distributing your ebook round and round, the more they distribute it, the more popular you will become. Because people will go back to your YouTube. For me now, a lot of people told me that I saw the link in your this and I clicked on it, and that's how I found you and all of that. It worked. This worked. Okay? So, and of course, if they are going back to your YouTube, that's good for me, right? Now, you see this copyright 2021 thing and everything. What is an ebook? An ebook is an electronic book. So if there was no electronic there, it would be a real life book, right? But because it's electronic, it's something that people can easily access on their phone. It's in digital format. They can download it, they can read it anywhere, and all of that. The point is, this is my way of making it look like an actual book, but it is something that they access on the internet. And then back then, I still used to offer evaluation services. So you can see link trees showing IELTS with AB. I still use that link tree till date. The point I'm making is, if you are afraid of people stealing your content, you can protect it. Now you can see this, my small face and text at the end. I just realized, I think Trisha B's had this somewhere. Let's go back to that book. I think she had this at the end of her book. I must have copied that part again because that was the only guide that I had. Okay, it looks like yes. And you see that I sent them to, apart from sending them to YouTube, I told them I do evaluation. Okay, so this is the picture she puts here. I think it's not her own picture. In short, I saw that she ended with something, so I ended mine with something as well. You need to ask people to do something inside your ebook. When they finish reading what you have written, where are they going to go to? Content marketers always link back to their company, link back to themselves, so that people to go to their YouTube channel, or go to another page on their website, or go to maybe their social media. When people read your ebook, it's not for them to just read it and stop. For someone like me, these ebooks led people to my YouTube, and of course, people kept on watching. The subscribers kept on growing, the likes and views, everything kept on growing. That was good for me. And so those people were aware when my online training came on board. And of course, there's somebody that watched my YouTube video like 2 weeks ago, and said somebody that took my training one time referred out to me, and that was how she continued. And then she paid for my training and all of that. The point is, when I created this ebook, all I used was Microsoft Word. That's the same thing I did for the academic version of it. You see that it's the same thing all through, apart from the fact that some part of the content had to become for academic. I could not use the same thing that was general training for, and I had to type. Well, the truth is, I paid somebody, I think 5,000 naira to type those ones that I had written by hand. I snapped everything and sent it to her. She typed them for me. Well, of course, had some mistakes since she didn't understand some of it. But then she sent them back to me, and I edited them and worked with them. Okay? So you see that the things that if you are taking note, I don't know, is there anybody taking notes here? Your ebook should have links that will link back to you. Your ebook should have bullet points, should have numberings, should have visuals, pictures. Can you see the pictures? Can you see? I kept on screen grabbing pictures so that people will know that I did not invent question from anywhere. Thank you so much, Pastor God. It's awesome. So this was June 2021. All I knew was Microsoft Word. And when you finish, typing on Microsoft Word, you go to that file area and do save as PDF. That's all. Once you save as PDF, you just come to Selar. If you don't have a Selar account yet, you just go to your I will need to change screen. Now I want to show you how to. Is there anybody here that does not have a Selar account yet? If you don't have a Selar account yet, please just indicate that if you don't have a Selar, just type no account. Okay. If you don't have an account, just type no account. I want to come back to Google Chrome to show you how to insert the ebook. Now we're going to do something now. No accounts. Thank you. So let's just you type Selar. Let's just assume you type Selar. You go on Google and you type Selar. So Google will bring you their website. You can see selar.co. You click on it. Okay, I'm sure it's going to give me myself. It's going to give me because my account is already here. But let's see. So if you want to start selling, just click start selling since you don't have an account yet, right? Oh, but it's bringing me. Let me change my browser. Let me use another browser. Give me a minute. I want to do this. I promised I would do this for those of us that don't have an account yet. So what am I supposed to do? There's this thing called what do they call that? Explorer. Sorry, let me try to find. I'm supposed to find it here, right? Sorry, I'm trying to come on, respond now. Yeah, okay. Yeah, it's called Microsoft Edge. I don't ever use it, but it's Chrome. So let's just use a different browser so that I don't have to log out of that account. I don't want to log out because I'm going to show you something else. Okay, just not now. Just move it. Okay, so obviously you can't see this screen, so I will need to change this screen. I will need to change the screen so that you can see the Microsoft Explorer that I just opened. Or can you see where I am? Can anybody confirm to me? Sorry, I'm not sure. Okay, can you see where I am now? I'm showing you Microsoft Edge. So you just type Selar. So sorry, it's loading. I believe the network is has been fair enough. This is 10:01. So we've covered some things, but we're Am I back? Yes, I am. This is not responding. I'm trying to open Selar, but this is just really delaying. So let's go back to my own account. Where is it? Oh, what is this? Okay, can you hear me? I don't know what's happening. I'm seeing the screen in like triples and it's in so many forms right now. Let me just click on it again. I'm trying to show you my dashboard. So this is where I am. Okay, so can you confirm that you can see my seller store? I want to add a product. I want to show you how to add a product. Creating your store on Seller is not difficult. Just enter your name. They'll ask you for your name, your email address, a password, and then they would, once you do that, they'll bring you to a page where they want you to add bank details and everything. You can add it, but it's not as if they're not taking any money from you. They just want that to be the account that you have for them, for when you want to send money, you earn money on Seller and they want to send it to you. So let's assume I want to add a product now. I'm going to click add products. Okay, can you see what I'm doing? If you can see that, please just let me know. Just click on add products. So you know that there are different products that you can offer, that you can use on Seller, right? So you click on this. Look at this digital product area. You see, sell any kind of digital product, from ebooks to any downloadable product, to music, courses, downloadable or hosted outside Seller, to any other product you host on external platforms and more. Just click next. What we want to add is an ebook. Okay, so I'm going to add something now to my own account and I'll delete it after this session. Right. Okay, good. So it's back. But the page, okay, so the page is opened. So can you see this page? Can somebody confirm that they can see my add a product page? I need to be sure that you can see this page before I continue. Can you confirm the page I'm on? If you can see this add a product page, please let me know so that we can. It suddenly went off, but I'm back now. I hope you can hear me. So I just want to show you what it looks like to add your, yeah, thank you. You can see it. So I'm going to share that screen again. I want to show you what it looks like to add a product to your store. Okay. So can you see? Okay. I don't know. Can you see my screen yet? I'm not sure. Okay. Can you see my screen again? Can you see my screen now? Oh, it took me out of that page. Okay. So let me do it again. Add product. Okay. So you click on add product. You click on digital product. You click next. Once you do that, the first thing Seller wants you to do is drag and drop your product images, or you browse. So you just pick. I'm gonna pick a random image from somewhere here. Let me check my downloads. Let me just pick one image of something. I don't know. Let me see. Thumbnail for something. What thumbnail is that? Okay, so let me just pick one of my homeschool pictures. I think that's like what is available now. Okay, so for your ebook cover, another thing is you don't just want to use a random picture. You will need a picture that looks like a book. So there's this website called DIY, do it yourself mock up. I'm typing it in the group now. Okay, DIY mock up. So it's a website that allows you to create book-like covers for your books, for your ebooks. Okay, so that's what I use for all my ebooks. Okay, you do one that looks like a small phone using a regular phone, excuse me, or the book on a tablet, or the book on I think there are like 3 options. So you add the product, then the name of the product can be now that was the name of your book. Let's say the title of the book is How to Create an Ebook and build, and the title of your ebook too, or whatever it is, needs to tell people what they are going to get. Okay, look at one of my ebooks that says discover the easiest, fastest, and something way. Those three words were just for emphasis. Okay, to create, to discovered. I did a small research on that title to see what people are looking for. Okay, the easiest, simplest, and fastest way. People want to know how to write the IELTS, task 2, and that's what I did. Okay, so for this one, you can just say out and build your email list. Sorry, so you add your title. Oh, so I need to space that. Okay, so if it is now, remember that I said if you can give people something free first, at least you bring them back to yourself. Don't just come out of the blue and say you want to create an ebook and you want people to buy from you. Even big companies don't do it. You see that my paid ebooks did not come out until September. The free ones were in June. And let me tell you, it's not everybody that buys my training. That is not everybody that comes to me that buys my online training. There are people that just need my ebook alone. If you go to my Google business profile for GLA Consult, you will see testimonials of people that said, I just bought our ebook 3 weeks ago, and they bought my ebook 3 weeks ago, and they went for their test. Somebody bought it a week ago, and she had band 7. In short, the idea is there are people that just go to the store and buy only the essay ebook. There are people that buy only the English ebook, and they go because that's all that they need. So some people don't have to pay 12,000 for my full kit. They just come for the ebook alone they want. Now, if you enter a store now and you buy a book for 2,000 naira, at least it will count to you, right? So the essay ebook at 2,000, the English ebook at 3,000, of course, have been bringing me money. Okay, so and even the training kit, the presence of my essay ebook in that kit has helped a lot of people, and even people that did not pay me anything, that used the free ebooks and that went back to YouTube, kept on telling me thank you. I know a nurse in the UK right now who said, Adenike, I watched all your videos on YouTube. He sent me his results, combination of 7 and 7.5. When your ebooks solve problems for people, they will keep on coming back. They'll keep on telling people, right? So if your first ebook is free, add links to yourself. Don't just write one ebook and say you are finished doing content creation. No, that your ebook should bring people back to you. The main thing you want to sell to them later. That's why it's called lead generation. You're actually trying to generate people that will be your customers later. Now, I told you that I did not know that I will create a training later. But later on, I didn't even start email marketing until October, when Instagram, Facebook, and another one crashed. That's October 5. That was when I went and found the book, a marketing book by Sabri Subi. It was the one that taught me how to write the emails I should write. Then there's another book, The Boron Letters. Those books were what helped me to start email marketing. And then I started getting people buying my training based on the emails that I was sending to them gradually. And these are emails that I've been collecting since. Okay, so you've added your title. If the first one is free, don't put any money here. Leave it at 0. Then you move down and you describe it. In this ebook, you would learn how. This is just me writing something. You would learn how to create the dream ebook, or create the ebook. Since this is just for fun, it's not like the real thing. Create the ebook that you have always dreamt about. Okay, if you understand, blah 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 blah. I'm not thinking. I just want you to know that you are expected to drop a description of what your ebook contains. I did not do it for my Unravel ebook, but I did it for my essay ebook. If you open that Discover ebook, you will see it. Where is it? I'm going to open it for you and show you what's the description. I did it for Discover and I did it for English, because there are people that go to your store by themselves that, they did not come to you directly on WhatsApp or in social media. Okay? So they need to be able to enter your store and see what you are offering them. Now, can you see this one? If you don't have any fears about the IELTS writing task 2, you are most likely a genius. from the lineage of Einstein. However, for most people, the IELTS writing component of the IELTS test is a nightmare. Blah, 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 blah. I wrote plenty of things inside here. Okay, so you see, is this where I stopped? Okay, that's everything. So you need the description. Okay, so for this one that we're trying to create now, after you've added your description, you choose the categories, and then you say, okay, it's a digital product, of course. Do you want people to pre-order it? You want them to pay at before buying it, before you release it? But if it's ready for you, fine. Okay, if you want them to download it, leave it as downloadable file. If you want them to read it online, but I discourage you from doing it online. I want you to allow people to download your stuff and go. They'll read it whenever. That ebook I said I wrote about Canada, because I just wanted people to stop asking me too many questions. I was not a consultant. So when I wrote that ebook, so many people kept up. There are people that have been disturbing me. Adenike, you say you will release part 2 by January. Where's the part 2? I'm sorry, I started writing it, but I stopped because I just moved on. Okay, so if I want to complete it, it means that I have another ebook idea to continue with, because the ideas will come. When you finish doing all that blah 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 blah, just pick a document. I'm going to pick a random document from my computer now, and I'm going to add it to it. So let me assume it's this same 17 days of homeschool in a month that I'm doing. So you add the text to it. It's preferable that your ebook is in PDF format, so that nobody will be able to edit it. You want people to have something that they can't tamper with. Okay, once you've done that, you just do create product. I'm clicking create product, but I'm going to delete it later. Okay, you need to select a category. So let's go and choose a category. So let's see, we'll just pick something random. Let me just pick baby, because this book is about homeschooling. So let me just pick baby. But you see, there's nothing here that looks like. I'll just pick baby body wears, just random. We know this is not relevant, but this is just to show you, and then it will tell you that your product has been created. You see, it gave me a link, 4L8I. Okay, so you can actually now go down and change the name of the link. You can customize the URL and change it here to ebook, because if your title shows the name of what people are getting, they'll believe you. You mark it and do update products, and then you see that it has changed to ebook. But I have only told you how I created the first one, the unravel one. What about this discover one that I'm talking about? Now I'm going to change my screen back to the document screen. I've shared with you so much, but of course there's still more I can share with you, and that's what I'm going to now. Okay, so can you let me know that you can see this new screen that I'm sharing with you? I'm back to my PDF screen. Are you still here? Is anybody still here? Or am I talking to just myself? Or am I talking too fast? I know that it's already 10:16, so I'm trying to wrap up. Okay? Thank you, Petra Goldia here. Now, this is another ebook. Trisha advertised this ebook on Facebook. It was a Facebook ad. That was how I downloaded it. And so that shows you that you can run ads for your ebooks, even if they are free. At the end of the day, people will give you their email. That one we created now. If somebody goes into my store now and they want it, they will add their name and their email address. Automatically, they have entered my system. They are now a potential customer. I can say to them one day, if I come up with a product next year and it is relevant to that customer, they will buy it, so long as I advertise it to them. So Trisha put this was on Facebook. This was Trisha's ebook on Facebook, Monetize Your Knowledge. And she gave so much value. Even though this was free, I eventually bought, I think I bought like 2 or 3 of Trisha's trainings. See, she added different people. Can you see our pictures? This is one ebook that showed me how to improve. The first one I did. Can you see her name down here? Please, can somebody see Trisha's name? I don't know how to pronounce this surname, so I'm not going to mess with it. Can you see that when you click on that name, can you see our website is showing? She hyperlinked our website under her name. Can you see it? Can somebody tell me that they can see this? So when you take this her ebook, even though it is free, it still shows, it will take you back to our website. That is how you prevent theft of property, or what's that, copyright infringement, blah blah blah, that everybody is always afraid of. Somebody's going to steal something. You can protect it by clicking on our name. I will go back to our website. And then I will now find something more. And you know, many of these marketers know how to have low price products, low ticket offers, and you know, many of them sell in millions. Their products are in thousands and millions, right? But then they still have their 5,000 naira products, their 10,000 naira course that you can buy. Okay, so this is Trisha's ebook. Can you see the quotes? Can you see her using quotation? This is expert level ebook creation. Someone like me, you saw the one I did initially, right? Now I'm going to show you others, but this is just to show you what ebooks look like. The first question you just need to ask yourself is, what problem exists in the world that I want to solve? What is the problem that people around me have that I can solve? It's not just about the knowledge that you want to put in the world. Nobody really cares about what you know. And I'm sorry, but it's the truth. What people want is, what can you do for them? What solution? How will you make their lives easier? By writing my IELTS ebooks, I made people's lives easier. Why? They could now get band 7, 7.58. Nurses that had gotten jobs in the UK could now go because IELTS was no longer delaying them. Doctors could now leave Nigeria because Nigeria is underpaying them. People that want to go and study in other countries could leave because IELTS writing was no longer a problem for them. So I want you to know that in creating your ebook, you need to solve a problem. If you heard what I said, please type it. My ebook needs to solve a problem. Now, can you see Trisha B's closing? Can you see her closing? Can you see her signature at the end? And then her name is still there, which is still hyperlinked to our website. Now, I want to show you the essay ebook. This essay ebook was, I created this one. Now, I wanted to buy, so there's this woman called Chioma Business School. I wanted to buy an ebook. Thank you, Modupeori. But the ebook was not going to be released. You know, I know that she's a popular accountant. She's a force when it comes to content creation, selling on the internet, and everything. So I wanted to buy her ebook to see how to write ebooks. So I actually took one of her courses. She has an ebook course on her website. So I took that course to see, is there something more I need to know? I took that one. And before then, I've taken a course. I think I took the course on sales pages and everything. In short, after taking a course, okay, I came and created this one. This same one that I did, or this ebook was also done on Microsoft Word. But I knew that when she was going to release her ebook on her birthday, but her birthday had not yet come, but she had started sending emails to us about her ebook. So in the content of her email, I saw how she used there's this triple pattern of content. There's this way you say use 3 words, that when you use 3 words that sound alike, it stays in people's memory. And so that was how I, used easiest, fastest, and simplest. Excuse me, don't the 3 of them mean the same thing? I did not the same thing. Doesn't easy mean the same thing as simple, but it's just the effect of words. Discover is an action verb. When you use action verbs that tell people exactly what they will do, it will catch them. Now, write the words you and your, they are important words in marketing. You need to talk to the person. So when you are choosing your ebook title, let it talk to your buyer, your potential audience, right? And I know that IELTS essay is hot cake, whether in Nigeria or outside. And so I created this before I got Chioma's ebook. It was going to be released later in that September, okay? But you see, instead of using the straight format that is in that I used for the Unravel, I now decided to do this. Is this landscape? I think this is landscape, right? The other one is portrait long. This one is landscape. So I changed the format. Then I also learned that ebooks should not be clumsy. So those previous ebooks had too much content on one page. And so I started doing small content. Can you see? Each page now had small content. The content was no longer much. I began to reduce. And your ebook can be just 8 pages. Your ebook can be just 20 pages. Your ebook can even be 50 pages. Those previous ones are around 50 something. And I think this one too is probably around, oh, see this one, wow, 86. This is 86. I still use Microsoft Word, but instead of landscape of portrait mode, I use landscape. And so this is my essay ebook. Now, can you see how I used colors to differentiate? Since I really could not add images, I used colors. I used colors, blue, green, red, wine. I used colors to tell the difference. This ebook has given people 8.5. It has changed people's lives. It has made people stop crying. That IELTS, they have taken IELTS 7 times. They are still getting 6.5 in writing and all of that. This is my essay ebook. I still use Microsoft Word. Is somebody listening to me? This ebook that I sell 2,000 naira, it was Microsoft Word that I saved it to PDF. An alternative is PowerPoint. I've never used PowerPoint for my ebooks, but you can also use PowerPoint. But you saw the way Trisha's own ebook was, where it had all the pictures, all the everything. If you can do it that way, fine. Okay, so this is how I did this one, and I ended this the same way where I put my picture. Now, somebody might tell me this is not 100% professional, but excuse me, I did it to the best of my abilities at the time. Can you see my link? I now linked to my course. Can somebody see that? Inside this Discover book, this essay ebook, at the beginning, I linked to the previous free ebooks. Then at the end, I linked to my course. Because, excuse me, if you get this one alone, that is 2,000 naira, and you come and buy my course that is more than that, I'm selling to you, I'm selling more and more and more to you, which is the idea, right? So, I want to send them to my website, but that website is not active anymore right now. In short, I think I was supposed to send them to my Instagram and Facebook. I think I did not add the links here, which was wrong. As much as possible, always send people back to you in your real life you. Let them come back to you. And the essence of using your pictures is, excuse me, they cannot steal, they can't take it away. But that doesn't have to be the case, right? You don't have to use your pictures. Now, after I got Chioma's ebook, I now found out something that she was doing, and I did it too. Let me show you that thing. So she had a main title, then she had a subheading, and so that's what I did with the title. 20 English lessons. I couldn't find that ebook. I would have showed you. I paid 3,000 naira for it in last year, and I didn't want to pay another one just because of this session. So I didn't come with that one. But I titled it 20 English lessons every IELTS test taker needs to learn to pass the 4 skills in the IELTS test. The keyword here, 2 keywords are English lessons and IELTS test taker. I know that this is an English book, but it is specific to an audience, people that are taking the IELTS test. Now, I saw how she added lots of pictures to her own. This ebook was created on Canva. She recommended Canva and Google Doc. Please, are you following the 4? I've told you 4 formats now. Who has picked them? You can use Microsoft Word, number 1, and save to PDF. Number 2, you can use PowerPoint. I have not used PowerPoint, but you can use PowerPoint and save to PDF. The second one that I have used, which is the third one in general, is that I used Canva. This was designed on Canva. Are you with me, please? This was designed on Canva. Can you see? This ebook was designed on Canva, not Microsoft Word. Can you see the repetition of images? Now, this is what Chioma did. Can somebody see what is going on here? Chioma said, if you don't want people to steal your copy, apart from linking to yourself, you can write something a bit long like this. Now look at it. It won't be on every page, but it will be on some pages. This is a practical and easy to use English book for IELTS test takers. IELTS with AB. I linked to my Instagram, even though I've changed that handle, but back then I linked to that Instagram, Instagram account. An online IELTS brand owned by Adenike Babalola. I linked to my YouTube because I know that nothing can take that YouTube channel away. So I linked to myself. Is the author of this book. Feel free to contact me on WhatsApp. This same number that many of you found me with is the same number that's in there. That's my business WhatsApp line. Or email. You see my email is there. You can get other writing ebooks here. My Selar, this is my website. It's not active now. But my Selar links, this should have been my Selar links. I think my course, I use my website here. So this will not work right now because that website is not active. But it should have been, if I want to change it, I can. But the goal is if you're using Selar or whatever, let it link back to the place where you know that you will always be available. So even if these ones don't work, at least they can find me on YouTube and they can find me on WhatsApp. Are you with me? And you can find me on Instagram. If they search for IELTS with AB, Instagram will still show them some things that should be able to link them back to me. This is not on every page. Now, can you see that my text is bolder? The text, this is 1028. So I've shown you and I've told you everything that has worked for me. This is Canva. I designed it on. Can you see that that thing has popped up again? This is the way she used it in her book. And I adjusted it. I modeled it. I modeled mine after hers. It is not on every page. This is my English book, the book that covers 20 lessons of English. I used Canva. When you go on Canva, just search for ebook, and Canva will give you templates that you can use. And so I picked one and I redesigned it to fit what I wanted. I added, you see my brand colors are there. The color is there. The purple is there. Purple, lilac, blah, blah. My black is there. Can you see that thing? That thing protects your ebook. Can you see the spacing? Can you see everything? This is how I made my third, my fourth ebook actually. The first two were on, Unravel. The next one was Discover. That's the essay one. This one is English. This is it. This is it all the way down to the end. This is on Canva. And you can make the size smaller so that the pictures will not, take too much, will not consume so much. And then the final ebook that I did, which I released this one, apart from where is Mara? Mara is somewhere here. Mara was the one that I now made on Mara is on Google Chrome. I opened Mara on Google Chrome. Okay, so this is another person. Let me change my screen back to this. So you see that I'm showing you both the things that I used. Okay, this is the homeschool book. I'll come back to it. Both the things that I used and the people that I've been learning from. Okay, so there's somebody called Brandine. He's an authority in the content marketing and digital marketing space. His website is called Backlink. That's like his company. So you see, this is his own ebook. Okay, when I didn't know anything about writing so much and ebooks, okay, the internet is not. You can see what it looks like. Oh, am I back? Okay, so this is one. This is just one of it. Oh, I'm sorry. I opened Mara somewhere here, but I can't find it. I thought I left it open. Okay, so in short, that last ebook I created with Google Doc, you just go open your normal Google Doc. Since you have a Google account, a Gmail account, then you have your Google Doc, you have access to Google Doc. Just open that, and then you'll be able to find, you just start typing. You'll be able to add pictures. I'm writing a book right now. I write every day when I wake up in the morning, and I'm able to add pictures. I'm able to add whatever I want to add. It's just easy. Okay, but the point is, what will make it easy for you is if you have samples to follow. Now, 4 of my ebooks are inside this group right now. If you go to files, you will see them. Just study them. I've told you, you can use Microsoft Word, you can use PowerPoint. Okay, you can now this particular one you are seeing right now, this homeschool one. What did I use? I think I used Microsoft Word again. Was it Microsoft Word or I used Microsoft Word because you can see this watermark. So I think I just have that preference for Microsoft Word, maybe because it's easy. But in this case, I didn't add pictures. I used colors. I used colors to tell the difference. And everything. And this was just practically this is like a guide for parents who want to homeschool their children. So this was, easy and straightforward. It's just like a template that I wanted people to have, just in case they also want to homeschool their children. And you can see that, I have my email here, I have my number, and all of that. This is how easy and simple, and I don't know, but for me, I have not had any problems creating my ebooks. And so I want to ask you, does it seem possible for you now? Do you think that from tomorrow you can wake up and say, okay, I know what to do. Or if not, ask me your questions right now. This is already 3 minutes past our time, so we should actually be wrapping up. I want to hear from you. Do you think you now know how to start? Do you think that you have something to start with? Do you think that you have a starting point that you can actually go ahead and say, okay, I'm going to put out this idea. I need to research what problems do people have that I know. What ways are they asking these problems? I want to have your feedback. We're wrapping up now. We're wrapping up and we're leaving here. So I just want to hear from you. Do you think you can? How do you feel at this stage? How do you feel at this stage of, the training? Do you feel like you can go and attempt your first ebook? Or do you think you still want to do more research and gather more and everything? I just want to get your feedback. I would like us to please type in the group. And if not, I guess, we'll just say good night. Okay, but I want to see, do you have any questions? Do you have any comments? Do you think that you now know how to start and say, okay, yeah, I'm going to work on my first ebook. I'm going to do my research. I'm going to find out what my audience needs. I want to hear from us. Just let me know in a few sentences so that we can call it a night. Tomorrow is our session on Fiverr. We're going to take another session on Fiverr, and I have news that I'm going to share. 2 very important news. So I'm going to have, our session on Fiverr tomorrow. So if there's anybody here that would like to miss them, that wouldn't want to miss it, please make sure that you show up tomorrow. And if you still have friends who should be benefiting from these sessions, please tell them about it. You just need to send me their name, email address, and their valid means of identification so that I can add them to the group. Okay, so is anybody typing? Is anybody typing? This is 10:35. Thank you so much. I think I have a base to start writing an ebook. Thank you so much for that feedback. So I guess that's it. So, when you have your ebooks ready and you've added them to your Selar store, the first place to start, if you don't mind, is if you have a website, put it on your website. If not, start with your WhatsApp status. Start with it. Sometimes, even when people don't need what you have, people are just curious. And so they will download. That's one thing. And so that begins. So you talk about it on your social media. Tell people what you have written. Start with WhatsApp. Move on to social media. If you have a website, put it there. But I know that many people don't necessarily have websites. But if you do, good. Put it on your website. If you can run ads, do so. Once you put your ebook in Selar, it automatically has a link that people can go to download. They will get it in their email. It's that simple. But okay, so I've been trying to say good night. I've been trying to say good night to all, but the network was just doing its own thing. So thank you all so much, everyone, for joining. If you have any questions, remember that you can ask them in the group. Once again, my name is Adenike. Thank you so much for joining Mudupeori. Thank you, Petra Gold. Thank you, Adi Bambo. Thank you, Amaka. Thank you, Adi Bukola. I wish you all a wonderful night. And my regards to your families. Take care. Bye-bye.